Imagine you're in Dubai in the heart of summer, and you're walking outside on the sidewalk. It's a little bit warm. But then you sit down to have lunch with your friends. At this point, you're probably thinking, no, 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 it's way too hot outside, you can't do that. But what if I told you it's only 85 degrees Fahrenheit outside, 29 degrees Celsius? The year is 2031, and the UAE has moved mountains to create a new climate. Quite literally, moved mountains. The idea is geoengineering, defined as combating climate change through altering the atmosphere. And how it works here is that we've created a mountain that captures the ocean breeze, forcing the moisture up into the sky, creating two things. One, rain. Two, a more temperate climate. It's a concept you learn in elementary or primary school, but just coupled with some land surveys, some engineering studies, and some high-powered computational models to model out weather patterns. But you're probably also thinking, where are you going to get the land, the resources to build a mountain? Well, that's the second part of our plan. We're going to dig a canal through the country and use the land excavated from the canal to build this mountain. You also get an alternate trade route that bypasses the politically charged Strait of Hormuz. The last thing you get is also you get to deploy automated excavation technology, which is the future of heavy industry. So now that you have a mountain, you also have a canal, you have the foundation for UAE's vision of 2071. You've radically transformed what it means to live in this country. You have public spaces with the new climate. You could run, you could walk, you could bike, you can be outdoors, the hallmarks of what it means to be in a happy society. But you also have healthiness. Instead of relying off bioengineering or genetic modification, you're really sticking with the basics of what it means to be healthy, being active. You've also grown the economy of the UAE. You're a world leader in geoengineering, automation, a lot of technical fields. You're a leader in climate change. When countries need help, you can export out that technology. The other thing you have is that trade route. 30% of the trade in this region currently goes through that strait. What you have through this canal is a politics-free trade zone. The next thing you have is food security for the country. Instead of having to import food, you have this fertile soil, you have the rain to grow your own crops. And lastly, you have what probably matters a lot to people in this room, travel. Year-round tourist destination is Dubai, Abu Dhabi, and the UAE now. We've already talked about how the country becomes a world leader in geoengineering, some technical fields, but really what matters here is you become a more cohesive and inclusive society. Just last year, over 50% of the STEM grads in this country were women. As society moves toward more technically focused, you're going to have a more inclusive and knowledge-based economy. And lastly, government. So we've talked about climate change. You're going to be a world leader in foreign policy because you get to help out those climate refugee type of countries like the Marshall Islands, where you can export out geoengineering. You also have this trade route where much of the world would be thankful for another trade option. But what's really going to put the UAE on the map is really this cohesive government you've just created. You just undertook a massive infrastructure project. It requires a partnership on the federal and the local levels. It's a global example of government collaboration, just like how when the UAE was formed 40 years ago, with the founding fathers coming together to form the United Arab Emirates. So now you have this transformational mountain, you have a canal, you have a healthy and educated society, you have this growing economy, and you have this cohesive government, but it doesn't end there. The UAE is an ambitious country. They're aiming for the moon, or dare I say, Mars. Recently, they announced they want to be one of the first countries to colonize that planet. And guess what? We have all the tools necessary to do so. You can control a crazy climate, check. You can undertake massive infrastructure projects, double check. Mars, the UAE is coming for you. Watch out.